guys, and welcome back to Everything Ellie. So I know it's been a minute, but when I asked on my Instagram what videos you guys would like to see, and I gave you the option between Instagram running my life for a day or a travel on a budget video, I kind of knew that the travel on a budget was gonna get the most because I've been getting a lot of questions on how you travel and what type of job you do, how you afford these types of trips and all of that. So I kind of knew that that video was going to get the most votes, but I was running for it because it's a lot of work, you know. So I took a bit of a time to prepare for it, so I hope that you learned something. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comment section down below and I will get back to you. First of all, I know this is a travel video, and I know right now a lot of people are not traveling due to the coronavirus pandemic, and I would not advise anybody to travel. So this video is in no way trying to advise you to capitalize on the cheap tickets that's going around right now. It's in no way advising anybody to travel right now. But I don't even think you can travel, to be honest, even if you want to, because I want to go on a trip, but COVID out there. So just take this video for maybe next year, planning your trips next year, and who knows, you probably could get your cheap tickets now for next year. So I did make a list. Like, it's a long list, I tell you, right? It's a lot, but I'll try. So let's get right into it. First, I'm gonna use my most recent trip, which was to Asia, and I visited China, Singapore, Indonesia, right? And it's so crazy because I came back like 2 weeks or a week before this whole pandemic broke out, you know. So I'm thankful that I got the chance to actually visit these countries and get the experience, the full experience, you know, and not having to go through all this travel bans or like screening at the airport. So when you're deciding on where you want to travel to, don't make it too hard. Just literally just think of where you want to go, you know. I usually break it down to a specific continent that I want to visit. So last year it was Europe, and this year it was Asia, you know. So I basically open it to a broad umbrella of what continent I want to visit. Then I break it down to what countries within that continent I want to visit, because I usually try to hit at least 3 countries minimum. If I can hit 5 within a 3 weeks or a month vacation, yes, it's possible. So after you do that part, now you start to look for tickets. And when you're thinking of your country, try, as I said, don't make it difficult. So remember, you get to choose 3 places. Remember I told you to choose 3 places that you want to go to. So when you're thinking of purchasing your ticket, you try to see which ticket will be cheaper, whether it be from Antigua to China, from Antigua to Singapore, from Antigua to Indonesia. You see which ticket is gonna work out cheaper. I'll show you what I use. I usually use Google Flights. Google Flights is really good because it gives you cheap tickets. It gives you a lot of different options to choose from, you know. So it's my preferred search engine when it comes to looking for flights. Or you could just go directly to a website. So if you're not going to America, you can go directly to American Airlines, directly to Delta. That's not too tricky. But if you're dealing with like Asia and stuff, they have a lot of different airplanes that fly within their continent, and it's best to search it up on a international site. So after you finish looking for your flights, you know, as I said, you're just looking, you're not making any purchases right now. And usually you're supposed to be doing this like maybe 6 months before your trip, you know. Start looking 6 months before. So for these trips, you really have to plan ahead. So just make notes. I literally have a diary where I would write down, okay, this is the price for here to there, this is the price from here to here, and I just leave it, you know. Basically me just start cook them ticket there. So first you see what the price is now, and then in the next month or so you go back to see if it decreases or if it increases, and then you start to look at the tickets at different times. Now, when you're searching for tickets, it's a technique, right? It's a technique. Don't go looking for tickets in the day. Remember me tell you that. No, look for tickets during the day. You have to look for tickets early morning, like 2-3 o'clock. That's when the tickets are the cheapest. So you just have to know when to look for your tickets in terms of the timing. Look for it at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Girl, you gotta coop them tickets, or you gotta coop them tickets. Okay, another factor to consider when you're looking for your tickets, not only the time of day that you're cooping it, but also the season. So let's say I want to travel in December. I'm not gonna be looking for tickets in June, because during the summer that's when a lot of people are flying, so the tickets tend to be high. You wait until about September to start looking for your tickets for December or January. Yeah, so winter season is probably the best time to look for tickets, especially if you're planning to go internationally. Now, remember, before you make your purchases, this is the time to start to look to see if you need any visas or whatnot. So first, you decide on what continent you want to go to. You break down into what countries within the continent you want to go to. You start to look for tickets, just get an idea of how much you will need to spend if you want to go there, and see if you still want to go to those places, right? And then don't make any purchases, but you will go now and start to research. Okay, the prices are not bad, but do I need any visas? Do I need to get vaccinated? Do I need any, is there any sort of religious thing that I will need to know about? What types of crimes take place in this country? Is it safe? You start to look at different persons' opinions. Go on YouTube and type in the country, see if there are activities there for you to do before you actually decide to purchase your ticket, because a place might sound nice and dandy and oh, I'm going to Bali, but then what is there to do in Bali? Just saying that Bali has a lot to do, but I'm just saying, what is there to do in Asia? What is there to do in China? Sounds nice, but you need to have things to do when you go there. So you start to research activities, you start to look for places to go to, places you could stay at, Airbnb or hotels, and you try to figure out what is it that you're going to do when you actually get to this place, and is it still worth it? Because the tickets might be cheap, but then a night in a hotel is like 200 US or 300 US, and that's the average price in a particular place, and that ends up racking up your prices higher than what you even budgeted for. So I kind of touched on this briefly just now in terms of where you're gonna stay, hotels or Airbnb. Now, generally speaking, Airbnbs are the cheapest options, and I know some people hear Airbnb and they think, oh, you're going in somebody's house, or you're going in some little shack or some sort of little room somewhere that's dingy and shabby. Nope. They have luxury Airbnbs, hon. They have nice Airbnbs that are better than hotel rooms, I could tell you that. So although I would advise you to stay in an Airbnb because it's cheaper, they also have hotels that are of reasonable prices that you could get all-inclusives, because some of the Airbnbs, they only come with breakfast only, so you would have to go and look for lunch and dinner, and the breakfast is very small, nothing big. So if you're somebody that just wants to relax, don't want to have to leave where you're staying to try and find food, or to leave for any reason, you just want to relax in a hotel, that's fine. They have cheap hotels. Go on booking.com or Expedia or hotels.com, and you could find a lot of different choices. They also try to pool tickets and hotel stays in one. Now I will say, if you're planning to do like a girl's birthday trip or a group trip, something like that, I would advise you to stay in an Airbnb and look up luxury Airbnbs. Another important point is to make sure that you have an international credit card, because some of these countries, they don't take cash. Some of these places, you have to have a credit card in order to do a transaction. So you have to make sure that you have an international credit card anytime you're traveling. This is a big one. So always make sure that you have an offline map, because it's not everywhere that you go the Wi-Fi works well, or you even have Wi-Fi connection. So you have to make sure you have something as a backup when you kind of get onto Google Maps. And what I use is Maps.me, maps.me, right? And that's an offline map. I will show you exactly how it works right here. You would go and you type in, it's basically saving your location so that when you are out and you don't have any Wi-Fi, you can still access the map and the different locations that you saved previously. Okay, so let me tell you, when it comes to your trips, there are a few things that are going to eat up your money in no time. Number one, food, because you have to eat. You don't want to be looking maga and dry up on your trip and then no. You gotta eat, right? When you're on vacation, you need to eat properly because you're gonna be doing a lot of up and down train rides, walking to different places. You need to be hydrated and you need to eat well when you're on your trip, and that takes up a lot of money. Also, when you're on your trips, transportation takes a lot of money. If you're going to be using the trains, trust me, them $1 and $3 every back and forth, that thing takes up money. So if you can rent a vehicle, if you're not afraid of driving in a different country, I would advise that you rent a vehicle and you drive. Also, the prices to get into certain places are going to eat up your money. So like to go to the Louvre, but if it's just for picture purposes, you can go and take pictures outside. You don't necessarily have to go up and visit inside each and every location that you go to, because that is going to eat up your money. My last and final point to you when it comes to trying to travel on a budget is to travel with one carry-on. Like, I know it might seem ridiculous for you to go for a month with one carry-on worth of clothes, including shoes, jackets if you're going to somewhere that has winter or anything like that, but it is the cheapest way to travel. Bearing in mind, if you're planning to go from one place to the other, some of these airlines that fly within the region, within the continent, they're small and they only allow one carry-on free. Now, if you come with a whole big trangalang, a whole big suitcase, plus a carry-on, plus a backpack and all of that, when you're here, you reach the airport, it's going to add up, and these prices are not cheap. I'm talking about 100 US per item, 50 US, and then the next one is 100 US. It adds up, and if you have to go back and forth, that is a lot of money. So try to walk with as least items as you can. Plan ahead. This whole thing about traveling inexpensively is about great planning. It takes a lot of planning. You have to plan your outfits for the different places that you want to go to. If you want to take pictures, plan an itinerary for the day so you can make sure that you capitalize on the places that you visit, and just make sure that you have a budget for each day or a budget for each place that you go to, so you do not end up overspending at the end of the day. Now, with that being said, and with all these great things about saving money being said, I advise you, do not cheap out your vacation. You're on vacation and you want to have fun. You want to see places, you want to eat at different places, you want to enjoy different cultural experiences. Go and enjoy them. Make sure that you save enough money on the tickets and where you're staying so that you can capitalize on experiencing and really enjoying your vacation. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this long video. Thank you so much for watching. I am exhausted. I'm tired. I knew this was gonna happen because I know it's a lot of different points, and there's still more points to add to it because it's all about thinking and planning ahead. But these are what I came up with, and I'm exhausted. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, if you have any questions down below, please don't hesitate to ask, and do remember to give this video a thumbs up. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.